Okay, so we're all kind of drowning in data, right? It's just everywhere. But how do you actually talk to it? How do you ask a really specific question and get a straight answer back? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to learn the language for that.
Think about it like this. You've got this gigantic digital library, and it's got millions and millions of entries. You don't want the whole library, of course not. You just want one sentence from one page in one book. So, how do you ask for just that without getting buried under an avalanche of information? Yep, that's the puzzle we're tackling. All right, the key to all of this is one single, super powerful command. It's pretty much the most important word in the entire language of data. And that word is select. This is our hello, our opening line for starting a conversation with any database out there. So what is a select statement, really? Honestly, you can just think of it as our go fetch command. We're basically telling the database, hey, go get me this stuff, and it brings it back in this nice, tidy package called a result set. It's like the database's perfectly organized answer to our question.
And you know what? The grammar for this is actually way simpler than you might think. It's almost like writing a really basic sentence. First, you just say select. Then you tell it what you want. You list the columns. After that, you have to tell it where to look, so you use the word from. And finally, you give it the name of the table. See? It's just a logical, step-by-step instruction. Okay, enough talk. Let's actually try it out. Here's our very first query. What we're really saying here is something like, hey database, can you please select the customer name, the city, and the country for me? You'll find them from that big list you have called customers. Pretty straightforward, right? Let's see what we get.
And boom, there it is, our result set. This right here shows you the power of being specific. The database didn't just dump everything on us. Nope, it gave us exactly what we asked for, customer name, city, country. All laid out in this perfect little table. So clean, so fast, it's just incredibly precise.
Okay, so that was awesome for when we know exactly what we want. But what if you don't? What if you're looking at a brand new set of data and you have no idea what the columns are even called, or maybe you just want to see it all? Well, good news, there's a shortcut for that.
And that amazing shortcut is the asterisk, the little star symbol. In the world of data, that star is basically a super powerful wildcard. It just means all of it, everything. You can think of it like the master key that just unlocks every single column in a table.
So with this new tool, our question gets even easier to write. The query is just select everything from customers. That's it. We're just telling it, show me everything, all the columns, from the customers table. We don't have to bother listing out every single column name one by one.
And just look at that result. It's a way wider table this time, right? We've got customer ID, contact name, basically all the info that was hiding in that table, just like we asked. Now, the asterisk is an amazing tool when you're just exploring. But, little pro tip for you, in real professional code, you'll probably want to avoid it. Why? Well, asking for everything can really slow things down, and it makes your code a bit less clear. But for just taking a quick peek, oh yeah, it's perfect.
But, with great power comes, well, a new kind of problem. A subtle one. Sometimes when you ask a simple question, you get this weird echo back from the database. You get a lot of repeated information. Let me just show you what I mean. So let's say we need to answer a really simple business question. Somebody asks, hey, can you just give me a list of all the countries where we have customers? Based on what we've learned, this should be a piece of cake, right? The query is super straightforward. Select country from customers. But hang on a second. Look at this result. The database did exactly what we asked. It went through every single customer, one by one, and pulled out their country. Do you see the problem here? We've got Germany listed over and over. Same with Mexico. This isn't the clean list of countries we wanted. It's messy. It's full of duplicates.
So, how do we fix this mess? How can we tell the database, hey, cut through all that noise and just show me the unique values? Thankfully, SQL has another keyword designed for this exact problem, and that word is distinct. So, select distinct is basically our deduplication filter. Its one and only job is to look at the list of results, find all the duplicates, and just toss them out. What's left behind is a beautiful, clean list of only the unique or distinct items.
And here's a perfect side-by-side comparison. On the left, you've got our original query, which just gives us everything, repeats and all. But on the right, our new and improved query promises to give us only the unique values.
It's amazing how that one little word, distinct, totally changes the kind of answer we get.
So here it is, our new, much smarter question for the database. Select distinct country from customers. See how we're being more specific? We're not just asking for countries anymore. We're asking for the distinct countries. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if it worked.
And there it is. Perfect. A clean, simple list of every single unique country where we have a customer. No repeats, no noise, just the facts. This is exactly the kind of useful, clear info we were after. It really shows how one tiny word can make our data so much more powerful. But you know how this goes, right? You give someone a great answer, and it just leads to another question. Someone's going to look at this nice, clean list and say, this is great, but how many are there? Can you just give me the total number?
So do we have to sit here and count them all by hand? No way. We can actually combine our distinct tool with another handy function called count. So the query looks like this: select count distinct country from customers. What we're telling the database is, hey, first, figure out that unique list of countries like before. But this time, don't show me the list. Just count them up and give me the final number.
And the answer the database gives back is 21.
That's it. No table, no long list, just one single powerful number.
That's a direct answer to a direct business question, and we got it from one super elegant line of code. Now that is efficiency. All right, let's do a quick recap. In just the last few minutes, you've seriously learned the basics of a new superpower, and that is the ability to actually have a conversation with massive amounts of data and get really precise answers back.
You now know how to ask for specific columns with Select. You've got that awesome Get Everything shortcut with the star. You know how to clean up your results and filter out duplicates using Select Distinct. And you can even get a final count with Count Distinct. These really are the fundamental building blocks for talking to pretty much any database out there.
So, you've officially taken your first step. You've got the basic vocabulary down to start having real conversations with data. So the only question left, really, is what are you going to ask first?